Hello all you fabulous YouTubers. This is Sergeant Malt saying welcome to my first noob tips video. In this video I'll talk about a few tips that could save your life, get you some kills, and overall just make you a better player. I've taken a few clips from some of my public games just to give you an example. So without further ado, let's get started. Oh, and just an FYI for you trollers out there, these are basic tips for the new player that just can't seem to get any kills. If you're already a veteran, you'll probably already know about these, so don't bother watching. Unless you're curious, of course. Okay, so my first tip is a simple one that most everyone knows, and that is, don't sprint towards, around, or even near corners. You'll either A, run into someone walking with their sights up, B, run into some enemy equipment, or C, run into someone walking that panic knifes you before you can bring up your own knife, weapon, equipment, etc. Trust me, it's a bad idea, and something to always keep in mind, especially when starting out. Try spending a whole match only sprinting in open areas without cover or hideaways for enemies. When you're sprinting, it takes longer to bring up your weapon, equipment, knife, etc. Okay, now that you know rule number 1, time to move on to my next tip, which is always check your corners. When you don't check your corners, you risk 1. Getting shot in the back, 2. Missing an easy kill such as an oblivious camper, or 3. Getting shot in the face by a cautious member of the enemy team. Not checking corners is almost as bad as sprinting around them. You'll get just as many deaths and missed kills, if not more. A good strategy to practice is to aim down sight or ADS near every corner, cautiously checking for enemies, and keeping a trigger-happy finger ready at all times. Alright, that's 2 rules down. Now for rule number 3. Know your map's secret spots and hideaways. Knowing secret spots where people can shoot you from is a very good way to avoid easy deaths and to get some easy kills. Many of these hideouts have been shared by users such as T. Martin and are in use by many people online. For example, on lockdown I used my knowledge of one secret spot to kill someone through the sheet metal you see here, who'd killed me before. My advice for this tip is to go and look up secret spots on many maps in Modern Warfare 3 and keep them in mind whilst playing online. Okie dokie, there's 3 rules or tips that you should keep in mind. Now for the 4th one. Stay and protect your fellow team members. Now I know that you all want to be gung-ho, awesome players at Call of Duty, but running alone into enemy territory is a bad idea. Sticking with at least 1 squad member on your team is a good way to keep your back covered and his as well. For example, in this match I see one of my teammates in final stand and most likely about to die from whoever gunned him down. So I ADS, look down the alley, and what do you know? There's a guy sprinting towards me. I gun him down and soon gun down his buddy afterwards. That's 2 kills to Malt, 0 to the enemy team. Don't be afraid to stick with your team until you get the hang of gunning down enemies on your own. At the very least, sticking with your team will grant you some time to gun down that one gung-ho enemy who ran into you. Now it's time for my final tip in this video, and that is, use your surroundings to your advantage. Now let me explain this concept. If I'm in the mannequin shop at lockdown, and I'm stranded, how could I use the building's features to my advantage? I have a few different advantage points that enemies could find harder to use. 1. The windows near the back. 2. The sheet metal over the window. And 3. The narrow doorways. The windows grant me sight of the enemy before they see me. The sheet metal grants me somewhere to shoot through and try to get a lucky shot from. And the narrow doorways provide only 2 points where the enemy can enter and gun you down in close range. I got caught in this situation and I was able to use 2 of these advantages. The narrow doorways and the windows near the back. See how I use the environment to my advantage? Okay, that's all for now. Thanks for watching my video, and I hope that these tips helped you newbies out there. This has been Sergeant Malt. May God grant you more, my friends.